the first day of December when a lot of people began counting down the days now to Christmas, and there are a lot of renditions of the Nutcracker out there this time of year.
Yeah, it is a classic, but one in particular will be extra special for a Lexington father-daughter duo. WKYT's Destiny Quinn reports.
The classic storyline of the Nutcracker features a young Clara and her dream involving the Nutcracker prince. For this Clara, though, the Nutcracker is more than just a prince.
I got on the ice at 2 and then I started taking lessons at 4.
Kendall Kozatek is no stranger to the ice.
I just got my 100th medal.
The now 13-year-old recently passed the highest test in United States figure skating, becoming a gold medalist for USFS moves in the field, and she's not alone.
I've been skating since I was very young. I grew up playing hockey and then switched over to figure skating when my daughter took interest in it.
Kendall's dad, Matthew, is also a gold medalist.
I passed my gold test in 2021.
The talent runs deep in the Kozatek family. And this weekend, you have an opportunity to see them in action.
We are performing Nutcracker on ice.
The father-daughter duo take on the lead roles in the magical Christmas classic.
It's fantastic. We spend a lot of time together. We skate 3 days a week, and it's been nice to kind of challenge each other.
Working with family can be hard, but not for these two.
It feels safer.
We work well together. She knows when to get down to business, and she shines when it's time.
It's been months of preparation for a show that they will never forget.
I don't know how many Nutcrackers you have a father and a daughter as the Nutcracker and Clara. I don't know. This might be the only Nutcracker on ice to have it. It's really special.
And for the audience,
They can expect a magical show.
Kendall hopes to one day compete alongside her dad in the figure skating pairs test. If you would like to go see the Nutcracker on ice, we have a link to tickets on the WKYT News app.
Destiny, thank you. I've seen the Nutcracker, I don't know how many times, but never like that.
Isn't that something?
So if you would like to enjoy it, that show is this weekend. It will feature more than 70 skaters, including the UK figure skating team.
Show times are this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m. at the Lexington Ice Center.